What's going on, guys? KillaQas. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video on Stag Knight. As you can see by the thumbnail, this guy is like a truck. Character model is like beautiful. Look at that. Really nice detail into the shield. And I think Playerm did a really good job with him. So good job whoever designed this character. So the way I build him is as follows. Ideally you want more attack and speed 188. 200 speed would be perfect, but I've been faster than my nukers. 96% crit rate. 208% crit damage, and 214 accuracy. I'm running broken sets, and I have a cruel set here. I'll show you guys the substats. So weapon is 26 accuracy, 12% crit rate, 30% crit damage. I don't really care about resistance. The helmet is 10 speed, 16% crit rate. Shield is 21% crit rate. This is actually a really nice shield here. 4 speed, 5% crit damage. Crit damage gloves. You always want crit damage gloves on your attackers. I know he is a support, but he hits like a truck. 18 accuracy, 7 speed. A bunch of attack on it as well. Attack chest, 15% crit rate, 5 speed. And then always speed boots. Always want speed boots, unless it's your campaign farmer. But yeah, 12% crit rate, accuracy. And moving on to the skills. So I don't have, obviously this has been a running joke in my comments that I don't ever have books, and this guy is no exception. I don't have books for him. But I'll redo his kit. So his basic attack attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed over 2 turns. When maxed out, it is a 50% chance. And this move hits really, really hard, even without any books. And decreased speed is great on Fire Knight, and a Night Skull is pretty good as well. So his A2, Hunt Master, attacks all enemies, has a 70% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff and a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. So this is awesome because it has decreased defense and decreased attack all in the same ability. For some reason, when you max this one out, it only has a 95% chance of applying the debuffs. I'm not sure why it couldn't be 100%, where War Maiden is a rare and has 100% chance on her decreased defense. Maybe because it has both, I don't know. Anyways, 3 turn cooldown max out. Lead the Pack is a passive ability. Place a 50% increased attack buff on an ally for 1 turn, and each time the ally has a debuff resisted by the enemy. So this is good if you're just short on the accuracy checks, and this helps. 50% accuracy is huge. Now moving on over to masteries. So masteries, I have them like this. It is, I go down to get War Master. You can definitely give him Flawless Execution or Ham Smasher. But I just like War Master. I feel like I do more damage because when you're hitting single target, I don't know. I feel like my nukers will do the damage. He just can help out with the single target damage. And then I went down the support tree. I got Laura's Seal for not really any reason, just because there was nothing better to get. I don't want any of these. And Evil Eye is really great for decreased turn meter on bosses. Sniper and Max Rexer. So that's my mastery. Alright, so let's get into some gameplay. I'm going to run him in campaign first. He can be your campaign farmer, but definitely there's better options. Brutal 12-3 is always the way to go. So let's do this. Stag Knight. And let's get some food in there. Alright, here we go. Stag Knight doesn't have an aura skill, but he does really quick work with these guys. His A1 hits really hard, and his A2 doesn't hit that hard, but it does a lot of damage for a support champion. But his A1 is really where it hits like a truck. Once you get increased attack on this guy and decreased defense on the enemies, he's hitting really, like, I've seen him hit for like 45k per attack. So that's comparable to like big on kind of scaling. I don't know why he scales so well. So there we go, 30 seconds. I'd say anything 32 seconds, you know, it's not the greatest. My best time is 8 seconds. I'd say that's like top tier campaign farming, 6 to 8 seconds. You know, I'd say he's all right. If you don't have anything else, he's an all right campaign farmer. So moving on, let's do arena. I actually run him in my arena team. This is what I'm running right here. Arbiter, Ethos, Stag Knight, and Big Gun. and we can show you guys how they're doing. So, you know, I got a few victories here and there, mostly losses. I'd say about like 30% wins. Not too bad. So let's fight. I don't want to fight Tormund because I'm not running a team comp to counter Tormund at the moment. But I can definitely do it with my Man-Eater. I have ways to counter Tormund, but just at the moment we're showcasing Stag Knight. So I'll show you guys real quick. Let's try this team right here. It has Rhodos. Okay, so buff. And then I make him go second. I make him go right after my speed booster. So let's see. Decrease defense. Decrease attack is really great on Rhodos because Rhodos is like a truck. It can demolish your team. So it's always good to get something to make him weaker. We did lose Arbiter there, but that's no problem. She did what she needed to do. And there we go. I'll show you guys another one. That was a pretty easy fight. Let's see what we got here. Let's play this team. That's a cool team. Hopefully their Madame Cerise is not too fast. Let's see. Okay, good. My Arbiter is really fast now. I think I got it to 312 speed. I changed her gear around. So I always like to do this. Reduce turn meter. And then Stag Knight goes. Done. Let's see his damage. 47k, that's a pretty hard hit, you know. That's about like 10k, you know, 12k on each guy. And then, so not only does it hit that hard, it reduces their defense, and then it makes them hit weaker with the decreased attack. So he's just there to set up your nukers or whatever, however you guys want to run your arena team. So yeah, he does a really good job. So that's arena. Let's move on to some dungeons. Okay, let's do Ice Golem Peak first. This is the team I'm currently running. This is like a safe auto team. I find when I run too much damage, sometimes the runs fail, like a 1 in 10 chance. I just don't like to risk it. I'm throwing an auto anyways. There's an Ice Golem tournament going on right now, so I rather just have consistent guaranteed wins. So here we go. Buff. And then he applies decreased defense. And Mausoleum Mage, I have him here to apply block debuffs. So we're going to skip right to the boss. Alright, minute 15, we're at the boss. So if you guys saw in my last video how to run dungeons in 2 minutes, I discussed the changes they made to the Ice Golem and how you guys will AoE now. So Stag Knight is really, really good now. Well, he was good before, but he's even better now because he will go ahead and AoE, applying decreased defense, decreased attack on all 3 of the enemies here. And decreased attack, as you guys know, is really, really important for Ice Golem because Ice Golem is like a truck. So it's really important to get decreased attack on him. But we're lucky enough with Stag Knight, he applies decreased attack and decreased defense. So 2 in 1, and he hits like a truck. I'm going to show you guys his damage here in a second when he goes next. So 30,000 and 28,000. That's 58,000 damage from a support character. Like that's crazy. I don't know. His scaling like that. 50,000 damage again. That's crazy. He's a beast. He definitely hits like a truck. Another one, 30,000, 30,000. That's 60,000 damage pretty much. His AoE does 37,000 damage. Yeah, I like this team that I'm running right here is really, really safe. Arbiter brings people back to life. Royal Guard does damage. Mausoleum Mage gets sort of debuffs. And Mystical Monster for support. I probably don't even need Mystical Monster. Anyways, 2 minutes, 48 seconds. Like I said, this is a 100% clear team. This team does not fail on auto. And yeah, it helps you out for that Golem tournament for sure. 248 is a really good time for consistency, right? So he did 1.2 million damage. That is the second highest on the team after my Royal Guard. And he's supposed to be a support character. Arbiter is a support character. Moving on to the next dungeon. So for the next dungeon, we have Dragon 20. This is the team I normally run. I'm going to get rid of Cold Heart and put in Stag Knight. Let's see how this goes. The reason why I replaced him with Cold Heart is that he is weak affinity. So as you saw there, they got resisted. So I wanted Zargala there just to make sure that the decreased defense gets applied to not totally slow down my run. So I do not recommend using this guy in Dragon 20 because the affinity is disadvantage. He can get weak hits as well as which causes him to not apply what he needs to do, what he's there for, decreased defense and decreased attack. Sometimes you can get lucky and apply them, but I don't really like RNG. Anyways, we're going to skip to the boss. So heading to the boss room here, a minute 15. Let's see what we can do here. So he got weak hits there. That's not good. Luckily, we have 4 guys who can apply Duke's defense, so it's not really a big problem. He did 29,000, 27,000. That's a lot of damage. That's comparable to Royal Guard on his basic. That's crazy. Especially if I get a War Master proc. It's even better. Use defense, perfect. So yeah, like I said, he is not really an ideal candidate for Dragon 20, but if you wanna risk it and get lucky, hopefully he applies, Duke's attack, Duke's defense, then he's an alright choice, but definitely better options out there. Always go for affinity advantage. Except for if you're using a lure for Fire Knight. Alright, so 215, not too bad. Best time is 144. So he did 611,000 damage. That is pretty low. He has way better gear on than Zorgala, so yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next dungeon. So next dungeon we're going to be running is Fire Knight 20. This is actually the team I run, so I won't mess around with it, and let's get right into it. He's really good in Fire Knight because he has affinity advantage, so that definitely helps out a lot. He is able to apply decreased defense on almost all the enemies, and yes, I don't have any books, like I said earlier, so 95% chance is not what I have. I have 75%, I believe. Sorry, 70% chance. So we're going to jump right into the boss. Alright, 1 minute in, we're heading into the boss room right now. So Stag Knight is really, really good for the Fire Knight, because not only does he have a double tap on his basic, he also applies decreased speed, the big version, the 30% one, as well as applying decreased defense. Decreased attack, you don't really need it that much because ideally the Fire Knight never takes a turn after you break a shield. But on the slight chance that if Allure or whoever your turn meter reduction guy is misses their turn meter reduction, he's good to have the decreased attack just so you guys don't get hit too hard and Arbiter doesn't have to do extra work. And some of you guys won't even have Arbiter while doing this run, so decreased attack may be more useful than it is for me. But definitely he's really good in Fire Knight because of all the utility he brings to the table. So this should be a pretty quick run. We're halfway there. He did about 32,000 damage there. And this is another reason why I like having War Master on him. It just helps him do a lot more damage on the bosses, right? Like the ad phases, you don't really need. Sorry, the trash mob phases, like wave 1 and 2, you don't really need flawless execution. Him to have flawless execution to do, or Ham Splitter to do extra damage. It's better to have him doing more damage on the boss, because guys like Ethos who are nuker can do more damage on the boss. So 233 runtime, that's pretty good. 2 minutes my best time. This is the team I ran for that best time, so I guess a little bit RNG. Say I did 821,000 damage. That is the 3rd highest in the team. Behind a Septimus, that's crazy. This guy does like any max HP, so that's really good. Moving on to the last dungeon. So Spider 20, Stag Knight is good because he can apply Yuki's attack, and he is affinity neutral, so that's not too bad. They will favor attacking the green guys instead of the magic affinity. So we're going to replace Rosin with Stag Knight, and this is the team I'm going to be running. Let's get into it. So he should be good on full auto. Stag Knight is good here if you have him fully booked out because the decreased defense will land, but risking a 70% chance, I don't personally like to risk that. If I had him fully booked out, I'd definitely use him here. But I prefer Rosin because the transfer decrease in turn meter. And as well as him being the tank because they go after the Force Affinity and Rosin's really tanky. Another good option is Ghostborn that I have. I'm working on booking him out. I'll definitely have a video out when I finish that. But yeah, Stag Knight, he applies decreased speed, like we said earlier. Decreased attack, decreased defense. That's good for making the spiders not hit so hard. Sometimes they hit really hard. And having DK speed will allow you to run circles around the Spider Queen. So this is on full auto. Everything I showed you guys today, it was on full auto. And this should not take too long. I think one more big hit from the 3 guys and it's over. Yeah, see, Septimus here is about to die, and he actually does go down. But with Rosin, I don't lose anyone. Well, the thing about Rosin is that he's weak affinity. So, I know I said earlier that you don't use weak affinity, but I like using it here because where the boss targets them. But you're always risking that weak hit. Rosin has a chance to not apply his decreased defense, not apply his weaken, and he has a chance to not apply the Tremor reduction. So Stag Knight is more consistent in that regard, but the fact that I don't have him booked out is like risky to use him. But anyways, this fight should be over. One more hit. Wow, that was really unlucky. Had a sliver of health left. I think we should be fine. A couple more takedowns will be fine. One more. Because they're all doing weak hits now. There it is. So 228. Definitely could be faster, but an optimal run for me is 42 seconds. But that's like getting all the right RNG. Stag Knight did 1.2 million damage. But that number is definitely padded because he's doing the AoE damage. You don't really need to hit Spartalings. So, you know, his job here is basically just to apply decreased defense. He can definitely get that job done though. So Arena Offense 4.9. I do agree with that rating. I'd say he is a 5 if you make him fast and if you fully book him out, build him with high accuracy really fast, he's definitely going to neuter the whole enemy team, so that's good. Clan Boss, I've used him in Clan Boss before. I would test him out, but I don't have the silver to switch him into lifesteal gear and speed tune him and all that. But pretty much he's just going to proc War Masters, decrease defense, decrease attack. And there's better options, like Tyrell's better than him because he has actual leadership. His passive would be really nice here. But overall, I'd say he's about a 4 in Clan Boss. There's definitely better options. Arena Defense 4.8. I'd say he's about a 4. Faction Wars, he's a 5, no question about that. Decreased attack, decreased defense is really good. Campaign, what would we say? He did like a 30-second run or something? I'd say he's a 4. Spider's Den, I'd give him a 4. I wouldn't say he's a 5 just because that even when fully booked out, that 5% chance to miss, like I don't know about you guys, but I don't like RNG, so yeah. Dragon Slayer, he's definitely rated too high. I'll give him a 4 just because of the fitting disadvantage. Minotaur 5. Fire Knight, he's a 5. I don't know why he's a 4.5. Like you guys saw how beastly he was. Ice Golem is a 5 for sure, especially with the changes they made. Force Keep, he's green affinity, so definitely he's a 5. Void Keep, everyone's good in Void Keep. Spirit is neutral, he's good. Magic Keep, he's weak affinity, as well as the Magic Boss has like shields and stuff, so don't think he's the best. We're gonna give him a 4 just because he can still hit land his abilities, you know. You're risking it. I wouldn't feel good giving him like lower than a 3. He's definitely like a 3.5, but there's no options for that. But yeah. Yes, I will submit these ratings. They are KillaQas approved. Anyway, so that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Definitely enjoy doing this one. Stag Knight is like a truck. If you guys haven't built him out yet, definitely build him out. Just like the way I mentioned. He's good in every dungeon. He's good in all aspects of the game. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. It takes 2 seconds. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you're watching me, just hit the subscribe button. Just do it. Alright, guys. Peace.